Hi guys, it's Tracy from Australia with my latest project to share. This one was a custom order for someone who was described as having an affinity with forests, loving to travel and also to write in a journal. So I had this piece of wet felting that I've done ages ago, and I thought that would make the perfect cover given the colors. So I used a little offcut from the piece to create the wraparound tie, and I wet that and scrunched it up so that it dried like a vine, and then I've decorated with a few leaves. So the colors worked really well with this journal, which has a forest vibe or concept. So the cover is quite flexible and should travel really well. A lot of the pages in the journal are public domain. There are a few from Calico Collage, and I'll point those out. So everything has been heavily tea dyed, and I've inked and distressed quite a few of the pages. So rather than filling it up with my own bits of ephemera, which I really love to do, I've created cards and writing spaces and left a lot of room for the person to journal and to store their own ephemera. So I love those moss covered trees there. So I've also used a little branch die cut on a few pages to just contribute to that forest theme. So again, nothing in that envelope, figured that the person could put their own bits and pieces. So I've done a little bit of decorating with fibres using sari silk and a muslin-y sort of cotton that I had, and paper leaves. The paper leaves were gifted to me by my friend Michelle. Thank you. They've come in very handy. So as you can see, heavily tea dyed, and lots of spaces to do their own writing. On a few of the pages, I've sewed with green thread around them just to give a little bit of interest. There are quite a few large pockets, and a few of them contain cards that can be used to either write on or to mount your own photos. So this was a page that was from Calico Collage, a kit called Enchanted Garden, and I liked it because it had lined pages. This is the middle signature, and I love that image. To the strings, I've actually added a charm and wound them around so that there's actually only one that drops down. So some of the leaves that I've decorated the pages with, I've actually angled them out so that they poke out of the book. And when you look at it from the side, you can see like little green leaves, like a forest. So again, space for the person to put their own things. That's a little flip down, a little butterfly I did with more mothy sorts of colours. This is actually for a man, so I didn't want to make it overly decorated, but he does like Asia, so there are, you know, a lot of bright colours, which is why I've used the pinks, the oranges, and the blues. So again, public domain image of mandalas, and I've used that to create the pockets and then the leftovers. So there's storage in the middle there for a pen, and it also gives a lot of room for the signatures to expand when you add your own things. So there are 2 signatures, and they each contain 12 folded pages, so that gives you over 90 sides. And I think there are 8 large pockets. So I have to confess that I did struggle a little bit with this because I couldn't fill it up with ephemera, which is what I like to do. But I eventually got into the groove and really enjoyed it. And I will definitely do another one. This is the middle of the second signature, so that reminded me of that festival in India where they throw all the coloured powder around, and it also tied in with the pops of colour that I'd given. So there's a tiny bit of stamping. I had two stamps, one that says just a note, which is that one, and another that says remember with a tiny pencil. So I've used that in a few places just to give a little bit of interest. And really that card's there just to show the person, you know, what they can do. Look at that mossy forest, I just love it. And a bit of parchment. Okay, that's it. I hope that you've enjoyed this flick through. If you've got any questions, just put them in the comment box, and I'm pretty good about answering. Okay, thank you.